Hey everyone, it's John from Pop Culture Podcast, back with another random tech review. A while back, I reviewed an HP Chromebook 14B a few weeks after its release in December 2019 because I hadn't heard or seen or read anything about the Chromecast, whether it's on YouTube or elsewhere. So I wanted to make one maybe helpful for other people and seemed to be kind of helpful for some other folks. This time around, I'm following a similar path by reviewing a budget smartwatch that barely checks off the smartwatch category. So here's my quick review on the Amazfit Neo. Okay, so first things first, I am a sucker for the OG 80s Casio style digital sport watch. Hello, calculator watches. Yes, that's a Timex. The Amazfit Neo was designed specifically for me and NXT and New Japan Pro Wrestling superstar Kushida. The feel and the build harkens back to those simple digital watches. It's all plastic and that is absolutely fine, not only for the price, MSRP $39.99 by the way, but also for the design. You can get the look of classic 80s sports watches for only $20 more with some smart aspects, mainly some solid health tracking. Earlier, I said this watch barely qualifies as a smartwatch, and yes, compared to any iteration of smartwatches, the Neo is nowhere near smart. Let's take a look. The watch reserves its smart features in the upper half of the screen. With its physical buttons on the right side, you can scroll up or down to the features with the circle cycling through icons to correspond with the features. Most are health tracking related, steps, heart rate, pie, health, etc. It's simple, and for a lot of people, that's all they want. But for an actual smartwatch, others are usually looking for more. Primarily notifications, calendar management, voice commands, GPS, music controls. What does the Neo provide? Notifications. Sort of. While other smartwatches usually show notifications with actual details, like, the text message and who it's from, the Neo doesn't. The Neo does generate some feedback that a notification is ready, but does so only through a tone and a quick flashing of an icon in the watch face's circle. You'll be able to know if you get a text because you'll see an SMS icon with a plus and a number of how many messages that you got if you got numerous. You'll get information on an incoming call like old school caller ID. But for most other notifications, because they're lumped under the other category in the software settings, that means when you get a notification, whether it's from Slack or Discord or Victoria's Secret, it's just going to flash with an app icon. So you're going to have to pull out the phone to see what message just came in and if it's important. For most people who want a smartwatch, this is a deal breaker. I'll admit that not knowing what's actually on the notification is really kind of annoying, and it doubles down when you turn off the sound because the watch itself doesn't vibrate at all. It can't vibrate at all. That aside, albeit a large aside, I still really like this watch. The form and the fit are great. I already raved about the stylings of it, the whole retro style, but it's not just about the looks. That is about the great look, the slim yet rugged looking frame, and the four physical buttons make it feel like a typical watch. The lack of a touchscreen with the retro style means that there's no flat or bubbled kind of like mini TV on your wrist like this. The straps are styled just like the old school sports watches that we saw. Because of the limited smart features and physical design of the watch, it has an always on display. So when you need to know the time or whatever metric you have on your watch, you raise your wrist and get it. There's no delay, it's just there. It's black and white. I kind of like that. It's fine. The lack of an LCD screen or better that needs bright colors, illumination, animations means the watch itself has a great battery life. It's supposed to get 20 days in normal usage. For me, using it daily with sleep tracking, continuous heart rate, exercising at least once a day, sometimes with GPS through the phone, it lasted 14 to 15 days. It's pretty solid. Some people don't mind charging their smartwatch every day. I am not one of those people. Finally, the health tracking seems to be reliable. I've used it at the same time with other smart watches or fitness tracking bands like the Samsung Galaxy Fit 2, the Garmin View Active 3, and it's pretty consistent with the more brand name ones. This example is when I took a walk up and down a hilly neighborhood wearing both the Neo and the Garmin View Active 3. Throughout the walk, the meters were relatively similar. The steps were counted closely, distance was consistent, and heart rate was close. For someone who doesn't minutely track fitness stats, it worked well for my needs. And in particular, I'm really fond of the Pi Health Index, which I pretty much was introduced to with this watch. I like it better than just tracking steps because it tracks your heart rate, activity, length of time, all that stuff. And I'm kind of addicted to it now. So, here's a question. Would I use the Neo as a daily driver? Probably not. There's two reasons. One, as a dad of a 4-year-old, I don't have my cell phone on me all the time. And if I get a ping or a notification on my watch, I kind of want to know if it's urgent, like immediately. I don't want to have to pull out my phone or find it. The other part is once I go back to work in the real world, not just working from home, I like to do a lot of walking when my commute, and I don't necessarily want to be pulling up my phone when I get a notification, and especially if I want to control music or podcasts or whatever I'm listening to. I don't want to be pulling up my phone regularly as I'm walking or on a commute. Am I going to keep the watch? Oh, yeah. Totally going to keep this thing. I'm hoping, and maybe it's a pipe dream, that Amazfit will update it at some point to have some real notification capabilities. I feel like it could take from the Pebble time uh, and pop up some kind of tile, or maybe they could use a simplified software of the BIP and just pop it up. There's enough real estate on this screen to be able to show a notification and, like I said, to scroll down. So, balls in your court, Mazefit. Make it happen. You'll make me really happy and also Kushida.